Hi, my name is Sandra, and today we'll be talking about semantic feature analysis, or SFA. So, what is semantic feature analysis? It is an evidence based therapy strategy designed to improve vocabulary and word finding skills by exploring the features of words. When we describe different features of a word, it becomes much easier to retrieve. SFA therapy is effective for improving expressive language because it provides clients a structured method to retrieve and use words. It builds stronger vocabulary by connecting word features, making vocabulary more organized and easier to use. Instead of shutting down when a word is hard to retrieve, clients learn to describe the word's features, helping them keep communication going smoothly. This encourages them to participate more and gain confidence in their communication skills. SFA can be achieved through semantic mapping, which visually organizes the different features of a word to support word finding and concept connections. There are many different types of semantic maps, and each one is designed to highlight different relationships between words. Some examples include concept maps, web maps, and feature maps. Using different types of semantic maps helps clients build flexible and well organized vocabulary networks. Semantic mapping is especially effective for word finding because it guides clients to activate multiple features of a single word at the same time. This means it creates multiple paths back to the word, increasing the likelihood of successful retrieval. In the semantic map I will be using to demonstrate this technique, we will focus on six key features of each word: the group, which is the category the item belongs to; the use, what the item is used for; the action, which is what the item does or what you do with it; the properties, which is what it looks like, what it's made of, or its parts; the location, which is where you can find it; and lastly, the association, which is what the item reminds you of. For example, with the word airplane, we can group it in transportation. For the use, we can say we use it to fly people or cargo from one place to another. For the action, we can say it flies. For the properties, we can say it's large, has wings, and has engines. For the location, we can say airports or in the sky. And lastly, the association, we can say pilot, runway, luggage, or travel. We put a lot of thought into the target words we choose. We use words that are meaningful and functional for that individual client. Common objects from their daily routines, school activities, playtime, and everyday communication. When the words are relevant and familiar, the client makes stronger connections, stays more engaged, and are more likely to use those words successfully outside of therapy. In the therapy demonstration I give in this presentation, you will notice I provide picture card options for target words, specifically these on the screen. SFA is flexible and easy to adapt. We can support the client with picture supports or feature options, fading the supports as the confidence and skill improves. For this therapy session demonstration, I chose materials to make the activity hands-on and interactive: a semantic map, cutouts of each feature to fill in, magnets, a dry erase marker, and picture cards of the target words. I used a magnetic board so that the map could stay in front of the client throughout the session, allowing them to manipulate the pieces and engage directly with the activity. This setup encouraged active participation and made the task more meaningful. I will be playing the clinician, and Darian will be playing the client. Darian is a child with word finding difficulty, specifically recalling names of objects. In this demonstration, Darian will select the target word, gloves, from a selection of picture cards. I've displayed the item and the semantic map for you to follow along. As you will see, After describing the object, she will be able to recall the item's name. Hi Darian, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay, we're going to do an activity today to help you recall words on some of the words that you have some difficulty remembering what they're called.
Okay.
We're going to use this chart here. So we're going to put our item here, and then once we put our item, what I would like you to do is describe what group it would be from. Like, what is it, a fruit, or is it a something that you wear? And then we'll move on to what you use it for. And then we'll have the action here. You'll tell me what it does. And then for the properties, you can describe it. And for the location, it's like where you can find it, okay? The association would be something it reminds you of.
Okay.
So I have a few selections here. You can go ahead and choose one.
Okay. I'm gonna go this one.
Okay. So we'll put it here. You can stick it on with the magnet.
Ooh. Okay.
All right, let's start with the group. So this item, what group would it belong to?
Cold clothes.
Okay, yes, it would belong to clothes, and you would use it when it's cold. All right, here you go. You can stick that in the group section.
Okay, clothes.
Yes. And now we'll move on to the use. What would you use it for?
You would use it to keep your hands warm.
Okay, keep your hands warm. Yes. All right, now you can go ahead and stick this one.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to the action here. So what does this item do?
What does it do? It covers your hands.
Yes, covers your hands. All right, we can go ahead and stick this one on.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to the properties. How would you describe this item?
It looks soft.
Yes.
And it's yellow.
Yes.
And it's fuzzy.
Fuzzy, yes, they can definitely be fuzzy.
Okay.
Alrighty, let's stick this one on.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to this one. This is the location. Where could you find this item?
In my closet.
Yes, we can find this item in the closet. Perfect. Let's stick this one on.
Okay.
Now let's move on to this section. So what did this item remind you of?
It reminds me of a cold day.
A cold day, yes.
Reminds me of ice skating.
Oh, yes, definitely. These do remind us of ice skating. We could use these when we're ice skating. Let's go ahead and stick this one on.
Okay.
All right, we have described this item. Are you able to recall the name of this item?
This is gloves.
Yes, they are gloves. Good job.
Thanks.
During this next demonstration, you will see Darian describe an eraser. You will see I supported Darian in a few ways, always pausing and giving her enough time to think about the answer. When she didn't know the answer, I provided choices to help her identify the correct feature. When she gave an incorrect answer, I modeled the correct response so she could hear the correct way to describe the word. This teaching component is important because it explicitly shows the client the strategy for retrieving words. When a word is stuck, think about its features. And don't forget, when documenting your session, be sure to note how you assisted the client, whether by providing choices, modeling, or offering any other supports, so that the record accurately reflects the level of support provided and the client's progress. Okay, Darian, we're going to work on a new target word.
Okay.
So let's have you choose from these categories.
Okay. I'll go for this. Whatever that thing is.
Okay. So just as last time, we're going to go through the groups here and just see what we can come up with to help you produce this word, okay?
Okay.
So let's start on the group. Where would this belong to?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is it a fruit?
No.
Is it a vehicle?
Mm-mm.
Would it be a school supply?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This would be a school supply.
That makes sense. Okay.
All right. Let's stick this one on.
Okay.
All right. And what would you use this for?
Writing?
Well, we would use this for erasing.
Yeah.
Could you repeat after me? We could use this for erasing.
We could use this for erasing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So we could use this for erasing. Here you go. Stick that one on.
Okay.
And then we're going to move on to the action. As a client becomes more familiar with semantic feature analysis, the goal is to gradually support them in becoming more independent. At first, we may provide choices, modeling, or visual prompts, but over time, we gradually reduce cueing and support so the client can take more ownership of the process. As their skills strengthen, we encourage the client to independently generate the word features and complete the entire semantic feature chart on their own. This step helps them organize their thoughts, build stronger semantic connections, and retrieve words with less support. Once the client can complete charts independently, we move on to comparing words and their features. This helps them notice similarities and differences between concepts, deepens understanding, and improves flexible word retrieval. Describing multiple features and comparing words also supports sentence production and narrative skills, strengthening expressive language beyond single words. The final stage is generalization, where the client begins to use strategies outside of the therapy setting. They start to apply feature based thinking during daily conversations, helping them retrieve words more independently and confidently in real life communication. Research supports SFA as an evidence based approach that improves word retrieval vocabulary development and overall confidence in communication. Thanks for watching!